Welcome to Public House, intimate conversations with people making a difference in the Hudson Valley. And now from Paula's Public House in Poughkeepsie, here's Paula Young.
Hi, I'm Paula Young. Welcome to the second edition of Outdoors at Paula's Public House. Today I am very delighted to introduce Kn Snodgrass, who is the Director of Locust Grove that is a lot of outdoors. Hi, Ken.
Thanks for having me today.
Thank you very much for showing up. Now tell me all about Locust Grove. Tell me all about Ken.
Locust Grove is a fabulous museum, education center, and nature preserve. We manage 15 beautiful historic buildings on just about 200 acres of gardens and grounds that are open free of charge to the public every day. So it's a great spot for Poughkeepsie to kind of treat like their backyard. You can come and tour gardens, go for a hike, walk your dog, but it's all just around the corner and you don't have to drive to the Catskills to stretch your legs and get away from Route 9.
Now tell me why it's historic.
Locust Grove has two great people that have lived there and have made it important for the local community and for New York State. The estate was laid out in 1852 for Samuel Morse, the guy who invented the telegraph and Morse code, and the Morses used the estate for about 30 years as a summer home, but
they owned it.
They owned Locust Grove as their summer house and also a big townhouse on 22nd Street and 5th Avenue where they'd spend winters. So Locust Grove for the Morse family was really a summer getaway. They'd take the train up from Grand Central, end up in Poughkeepsie, and spend the summer looking out over the Hudson River like a lot of people still do today.
Indeed. And after the Morse family, what happened?
After Samuel Morse died, his kids decided it was way too expensive to run the estate, and so they emptied the house and sold it in 1895 to a wealthy Poughkeepsie family, Mr. and Mrs. Young. The Youngs moved in with their two little kids. You might be a relative,
Distant
Paula.
relatives.
It could be. Mr. and Mrs. Young moved in with their two little kids, and their daughter, Annette Young, lived at Locust Grove from 1895 until 1975.
Wow, she lived a long life.
She was 90 years old when she died. She lived at Locust Grove for 80 years, and she loved the estate and didn't want to see it really changed as much of Poughkeepsie was changing.
Chopped up and made into
chopped up for condos
Yeah.
or office developments. And so she created a not-for-profit foundation to manage the estate for the benefit of the public. And we opened to the public in 1979, and today, not much has changed in 40 years.
Now, Kn Snodgrass, who are you? Where did you come from? How did you get up here?
It's like, I'm not from the Hudson Valley. I grew up in San Diego.
Okay. Great city, great zoo.
A very different climate than Poughkeepsie. I'm still getting used to winters after having lived here for almost 20 years.
Wow.
But I moved to New York for grad school. I went to NYU, lived in the city for many years, then moved up here about 12 years ago.
And was that
full-time.
directly to work at Locust Grove when you came up?
Yes, I had done contract work for many years for Locust Grove, and then, as I said, about 12 years ago, they hired me full-time, and I moved to the Hudson Valley, and I've been here ever since.
And you direct the entire facility and what happens there?
Correct. I'm in charge of operations for Locust Grove, so I do everything from training tour guides to booking parties to organizing volunteers to keep the grounds maintained and the hiking trails open to the public. So I do a little bit of everything.
So what is the gestalt of Locust Grove? It is this magnificent place. You can go, you can walk your dog, you can see the river. But what is the basic essence of it, and what brought you there from that?
I think I've always worked for museums and historic houses, I think because my mother dragged me to too many when I was growing up. So I don't know if she thought that was going to be my long-term career goal, but it's pretty much what I've done my whole life. And I really think that historic houses in particular are a great way for people to get introduced to history easily. You don't have to worry about listening to a long lecture if you don't like people talking. You don't have to read a book if you're not so much of a reader, but you can enjoy this great historic space and kind of get a feeling for what life was like a century ago and how people lived.
You can walk around and just listen to what the walls have to say.
Exactly.
Yeah, I love historic homes. My favorite book as a child was A Secret Garden, which I think I read 22 times, about that big old house in the garden. So Locust Grove always reminds me of that. Now, we don't have all the time in the world, and I wish we did because I would love to hear more, but tell me about you. Tell me about your mother took you to historic homes when you were a little kid, and then you grew up and you enjoyed the things from the past. So tell me now today, what is it that gives you wonder in your life when you wake up every day? You're like, today I'm alive and I want to do this.
It's like, I think the great place where I work is what does it. I walk to work every day through this beautiful estate that if you're having a rough morning, you walk into a flower garden, see butterflies floating around, see hummingbirds zipping through, you can stretch your legs and go for a walk. And I think it really, I'm always amazed at what the Hudson Valley really has to offer. And Locust Grove kind of encompasses all of it. Great art, beautiful architecture, gorgeous gardens and a natural setting, and that's kind of what I love best about my job, I guess.
Well, tell my viewers all about it, how they can come to it. Tell them a little bit of the website, give them some information in case they've not been there yet.
Yeah, of course. I think probably just about everybody's probably been there at least once for school field trip programs, for house tours with relatives, for weddings at night. But for people who haven't been through, our website is lgny.org, O-R-G, or you can just Google Locust Grove, Poughkeepsie, and find us that way. You can also call us on 454-4500 to get straight through to our front desk. But our grounds are always open free of charge, so if people have a little bit of time between zipping to the bank or going grocery shopping, they can always pull into our parking lot. We're right on Route 9.
And I know you have a gift shop. Do you offer classes? Do you offer...
We offer a little bit of everything. We have a great volunteer program for people interested in gardening. You can work in our gardens and get lessons in gardening from our great horticulture staff. We have both regular tours and specialty tours of the museum's amazing art collection. What I think people don't sometimes realize is the amazing depth of our collection. The Young family created a collection of almost 20,000 pieces of 19th century American furniture and 18th and 19th century paintings that's on view in the house.
My family was very busy.
They spent a lot of time trolling estate sales and working at it. So we're thankful for the Youngs who really created this amazing space and then had the vision to preserve it for the benefit of the public.
And now they have the vision to let you lead it up. So thank you, Kn Snodgrass. Thank you so much. That's interesting. Folks, get out there. It is a beautiful, beautiful place. Thank you again for listening, and we'll see you again. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much.
That was great.
Have a great day.
I can't wait to be there.
Come anytime. We're always open.
Oh, very cool.
Hi, I'm Paula Young, and I'm the proprietor here of Paula's Public House. Do join me for good food, good cheer, and good fellowship. We are here, we have fun, and we'd love to have you be a part of it. Come on down.